Ho 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 and a Merry Christmas and welcome to this Christmas vlog. I'm going to showcase all of my physical games in this video, and hopefully in my next video we're going to go straight over to the PS5 to showcase all the digital games I've got. But we're gonna go sort of in depth of the games I've got. Well, there's a load here, so we start with A and we end with U. That's as far as we go. It is in alphabetical order, so what I'm going to do is I am going to explain what the game is, what the genre is, how good it is in my opinion. In my opinion, and if it's going to be... See, I've got my Christmas top on for this video. I've got my Christmas hat on. But on with the video. This is a gaming channel, so every now and then I've added quite a lot of games. 2024 I've added all of the games I was thingy. So next year we'll be adding more games. But this year I think I purchased more games, and I purchased some games on the PS5. PS5 being one of my purchases, PS4 being my other purchase, which I haven't got no more, but I've got the PS5, which I don't need the PS4. I got my drink, lovely Guinness, lovely. Sorry, I do like Guinness, but enough of the waffle. These are potential for a let's play. Some of these I have started doing a let's play. I would like to complete some of the let's plays. Let's be honest, all the let's plays I've started on my channel, I sort of haven't completed. The reason for that being is my last video I done was Dragon Quest 11. And I still haven't had anyone watch it. So yeah, so we would like you to watch these let's plays if you would like me to see it to completion, and something for you to follow while playing. Maybe it'd be worth trying to keep up with my let's plays. They start off well, but they don't continue. Oh, I don't mean I'm getting less views. I'm getting no views on the last one. So if I do another Dragon Age and we have some people watching that one and still no one watching the one before that, that could actually confuse people. But my tree's there, as you can see. It's Christmas, and it's all Christmassy today. All Christmassy. The only thing that's not Christmassy is my showcase. So I think I've got over 40 games here. And then in my library, in my collection there's 305, minus what these are, because these, even though these are physical copies, they are in, I think they will be in my library. There is a couple of games that I do need to get a sequel or put the first one on, which I haven't got, and when I do, you'll soon know. I would like, because I've got all the Final Fantasy games, on PS5, PS4, PS5. 1 through to 16 apart from 14. Well, I have got 14 on there, but I'm not much of an MMORPG or however you like to call it. But I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 2, 12, not 13 or the other two, but I've got that on my PC, so if I want a sort of to start a let's play starting from Final Fantasy 1 all the way through to current Final Fantasy 16 or Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, I can do that. With 7 Remake and Rebirth, they will be done later in the franchise, I believe. That will be greatly anticipated. We'll do 7, original 7 through the 1 to through to 16. Once I've done 16, remake will be with intermission or intergrade, whatever you like to call it, and 7 rebirth. They will be played. That's going to be a mammoth undertaking, so that will take quite a long time to go from 1 through to 16, 7 remake and rebirth. So there, that's where I would like to go with that. And I will want to play these games as they are intended to be played. Yes, you can basically break some of the games to make the game easier, but for a first time player, you do not want to be thrown in, oh, the best way to play this game is through this way, when it's not naturally what you would do. With Final Fantasy VIII, card games is usually the best way to sort your junctioning. Your magic and your junction system is the key to your progress, to keep the progress as easy as it should be. But there should be a sort of a difficulty increase the further you play it, which means leveling up should be a thing that you should be thinking about. Don't level up too quickly, don't level up too slowly. You need to find that right spot. So junction systems, the card games, all this will be explored, obviously, but we still need a let's play that doesn't ignore them, but doesn't focus on them. Yes, you have side quests, and you will be showing the side quests, here's this, that and the other on all these games. That's the best way to do this. So before I waffle on too much, I'm going to have a drink. Lovely. And then I'm going to start by showcasing the game. 2024 was the year for me. At the beginning of 2024, I didn't have a PS5, I did not have a PS4, I just had I just had this baby, a PlayStation 3. So if I do theoretically want to play Final Fantasy on PlayStation, I have the means to do so through this PS3. So that's a thing. But I can't do a video where I can through Steam. Okay? So the only difference is Final Fantasy 13, 13.2 and Lightning Returns will be on the computer, and when I'm done with Zodiac Age, Final Fantasy 12, I will say my next Let's Play will be through Steam. So unless the remake or remaster or whatever they like to call it comes to PS5. So PS5 is, if you're thingy, it will be purchased on there if it becomes available. But don't worry, we're nowhere near. So what I want to do is start with Final Fantasy 1 and work my way through. So I'm hoping my Final Fantasy series will be something going forward. So just probably start next Wednesday, the 1st of January 2025, and we'll continue until all of the franchise of Final Fantasy on PS5 and Steam obviously is complete, because I got the 3D remake of 3 and 4 After Years, so that's on Steam as well. But they're going to be not tacked on like I was going to say, but they will be at the end of the mainstream, where 7 remake and 7 rebirth will be done after 16. So look forward to the Final Fantasy starting, and hopefully going all the way, and we want to do Final Fantasy justice. But hopefully we're going to get more games. Even though I've got loads of games here I've got to explore. There's some I can, there's some I'll just probably won't. But it's added to my collection, so it's going to be in my collection for the foreseeable future, and we are happy to start this one. So we're going to start showcasing the video games I've got, and then on the next video, this is the Christmas video, so this is Boxing Day for you guys. This is going to be out tomorrow, or Boxing Day, so you've already had your Christmas meal and opened your presents, so I hope you had a good Christmas. This is going to be out on Boxing Day, so there you go. So the first video is Boxing Day. The second video will be released on New Year's Day. I will be doing the New Year's Day video on the Monday, next Monday. So, and then I will start my Final Fantasy journey. And I'm going to call it a journey, because that's what it's going to be. We're going to start one, it's going to be a journey all the way through. So we are hitting Final Fantasy. So if you are looking forward to my Let's Plays, please support the channel. Please make sure you watch the videos, and when I see nobody watching my previous video and I'm just about to go and do my next video, is there any point? That's the way I'm seeing it, because is it the face cam? I don't know. Just give me tips on where I'm going wrong, because somewhere along the lines I'm going wrong if you guys are not watching my videos. Just give me tips on how to make it better. But for today's video, we're going to go through potential videos, one-off videos maybe, on some of these games. There's potential, and I have done videos on some games here, like Final Fantasy. I've got a video on each of the Final Fantasy games, at least one video on each of them. Just like I said, I've got the videos there. I'm not really that worried because the videos are there, so you can still watch them. I just don't want you thinking, oh, I'm going to watch the newest version of Thingy and get confused because you didn't watch my previous video. So it's not gone through it. Got the story, the gameplay or story, whatever, is non-coherent. It's always worth, if it's a part, say 5 of Dragon Quest that I've just done, or no, part 6 I'm just uploading, maybe, and no one's watched part 5. I'm not going to upload part 6, but I want to. I really do want to continue with the Dragon Quest. It's a different video to the channel, and there is going to be another new video. I've got a couple of ideas for next year, and one of them is going to be on here. One of them is going to be mentioned on the next video. But on this video, we're going to mention all these. So the first, now let's get to it. I've quarter of an hour of waffling on. Now let's get to the games. The first game is Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Choose your fate. From outcast to living legend, embark on an odyssey to uncover the secrets of your past and change the fate of ancient Greece. Travel to ancient Greece, a war-torn world shaped by gods and men. Fight on an epic scale in battles featuring hundreds of soldiers. Forge your own path with thousands of disasters. So where did I get that word from? Of dialogue options. So it's a sort of a choose your own path. I'll just says forge your own path. Choose your own, forge your own. It's you're going to choose your own ways through the game. Unveil the mysteries of Greece's myths and legends. So this is Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It's done by Ubisoft. The cover is okay. So that's the first game. So there. Right. There's 5 Call of Duties here. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, Call of Duty Black Ops 3, Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and for the PS5, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. So I will get the third one eventually, but those are in order. So your FPSs, your first person shooters, Call of Duty is mainly your go-to. Halo being another one, but it's not on the PS5, so Halo is not going to be mentioned here on out. But it is a good game. I'm saying this because I did own the Xbox Series S before the PS4. So my new go-to console is the PS5. For some unknown reason, the PS4 replaced the series. How that happened, I do not know. PlayStation has always been my favourite. So PS4 literally did my replacement, did my thingy for me. Another set, Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled and Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. If I'm doing this, it means I'm just trying to get through the list so quickly. We've had 20 minutes on the video and I've waffled on for quite a long time, so we need to move it on. Dragon Quest XI, Echoes of an Elusive Age. You're going to hear this entry on the PC, on the digital version, but this is the physical version of the game, and I did start my Let's Play through this and then transferred it through to the definitive edition, which I will also explain my goings on there. It's the same game, it's just definitive edition. I could change to 2D. I got extra little bits, fast forward or auto text. That means I don't need to input anything to continue the dialogue, it'll do it automatically. And there's a couple of features on the Draconian quest settings that we could explore. The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. I have got Skyrim on my channel, but I believe it's either the PC version or the Xbox version, but not this version. So my next, if I do a Skyrim video, it will be this. It'll be the PS4 version on the PS5. Alex from THQ Nordic. For some unknown reason, they got rid of their best-selling title in their franchise, in their catalogue, for some unknown reason. So, yeah. There's got to be a reason why they did that. Maybe they needed to sell off something, and selling off the WWE franchise gave them enough to continue their thingy. So that's Alex. So this is an action RPG. So it's open world RPG, it says. So that'll be worth exploring. So this is one of the new games I bought over the weekend previously. So along with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare. There you go. Another bunch of games that I'm going to show. This speeds up the time. So we've got Final Fantasy VII Remake, Final Fantasy VIII Remaster, Final Fantasy X and X-2 HD Remaster, Final Fantasy XII Zodiac Age, Final Fantasy 15 and Final Fantasy 16. Don't know if that's out on the Xbox yet, but they said it's going to come out on the Xbox, but it is out on Steam, so you will enjoy this. This is return to form for Square Enix, because their last best game was, I'd say 10. 10 was their last best game. From 10, they actually did start going downhill. Now they brought it back up to where it should be, or close to where it should be. 8 is still my favourite, don't get me wrong, I love 8. 10 was good, brilliant, I like playing it. And this thingy, but 16, oh, I tell you what, that was a good game. Godfall. This is another game. I've already shown you a couple of games that requires internet. This is another one. This is a 1 to 3 network players. Okay. So there's no offline mode. It says so here. So you need online. And you need your subscription. So if you run out of subscription, you won't be able to play this. Fair enough, fair dues, whatever. Another block. Gran Turismo Sport and Gran Turismo 7. I think 7 came with 2 discs. It did. Data disc and play disc. Sport was an so there we go. That's your Gran Turismo set. Hogwarts Legacy. Probably the only game I purchased brand spanking new. Yes, I think this was a brand new copy of Hogwarts Legacy because this is the only game, apart from another game down the road, but I got given that. This game I'm still playing. I'm a Harry Potter fan. I'm a Harry Potter nerd. I like a lot of things. Harry Potter, Final Fantasy, even Farming Simulator I do like. So if you would like to see Farming Simulator, I've done a couple of videos, but I might be doing a role play when the right map comes out. I'm hoping it does pretty soon. Horizon Zero Dawn and Horizon Forbidden West. So we've already shown 3. This is the 4th PS5 game I've got. I've got 3 more to come. So yeah, I've got 7 physical PS5 titles. So, and I will tell you, PS5 versions of games might be cheaper than the PS4 versions. However, the PS4 versions will be less intense on your system, and you can actually store it on your hard drive or external drive and play it, conserving the space for all important PS5 games, or yeah, all important PS5 games that you like to play. So I will, at the end of this section, the next section will be the pros and cons on owning a PS5. Okay, so yeah. Infamous Second Son. This was one of the launch titles for the PS4. So very handy that the PS5 is backwards compatible. For some reason it didn't need to be, because who would own when the PS5 came out? Well, I reckon the reason why the PS5 is backwards compatible is not because it's because there's not a lot of advancements in the system, so not much difference in it. It's just much more powerful, so PS5 titles can be played, and everything can be graphically thingy. But I will be doing my rundown on my running on the PS5. Killzone Shadowfall, another launch title for the PS4. Another batch one, so you got Kingdom Hearts 1 HD 1.5 plus HD 2.5 remix. And Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts 3. So another 2 solid games to get into your title if you are a Final Fantasy fan or a Disney fan. So it's always worth to get these in your collection. And as you can see, you can get all the games on the PS4, and it will run on your PS5. If you've got a PS4, there you go. If you've got PS5, don't throw away your discs. Don't throw away your PS4 games. And like I said, I will explain the reasoning behind that. Knack and Knack 2. had that since launch of the PS4. So that's one of the 3 I actually owned on the PS4. Knack 2, however, I never owned when I had the PS4. I've only just recently got this because I saw it, thinking, oh, Knack 2, I've got Knack, so I get Knack 2. So, yeah. Ni no Kuni 2, The Revenant Kingdom. Or Revenant Kingdom. It's another game that I need to get the prequel, the Ni no Kuni to the Wrath of the White Witch. I need to get that. And at the moment, the only way I could get it is through digital. I haven't got it on there yet, but I'm thinking on the next payday or next time I'll get paid, so that's when I'll get it. I've got plenty of games to get on with, so it's just not in a rush or anything. So I've got plenty of games. I've got over 300 games on there, over nearly 300 games on my PC. So I'm in no rush to buy any games. I just add them to the collection when I can. So Neo and Neo 2. That was my first purchase. Believe it or not, Neo 2 was my first purchase. So when I saw this, I had to get it because it completed my set. Payday 3. I got given this. It does require to be online on the game. And it does require PlayStation Plus. So, there. So, but by now you will understand why PlayStation Plus is important, is the way forward. Because not just being able to play online, you get cool benefits depending on what tier you go for. Planet Coaster Console Edition. This is the PS5 version. You can get it on the PS4. This is the PS5 version. I've got it on the PC too. And my Let's Plays or my videos on this game was the PC version. So there you go. Planet Coaster. It's one of the brilliant ones. The Planet Coaster 2 is out now, so I might get it either on through Steam or through. I think I probably will get it through Steam. So yes, that's that one. Saints Row. This was controversially hated because, like most games now, all AAA games like Saints Row, Cyberpunk, all those, they came out broken. They came out unfinished. But later on down its line, they did some patches to fix it up. But if you bought the physical game and you're not online, you would have to go online to actually get the patches to fix up the game. So that's that. Next game, Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Almost got that wrong, and a good game. Good games. Unfortunately, it says it requires internet content download. The first game is the only one that's is actually on this disc, so you would need internet connection to download the other two. Why they went that route, I do not know. It's not as if it's a it's not as if it's a Switch thingy they release it, but they have, and that's what the version they had. They had 10.10.2 as being another prime example of, yeah, you buy the game The only way you can get the full complete edition is if you buy it brand new, because you can't download 10.2. It's sequel. For some unknown reason, that's hidden. That's a single-use thing. Once you've redeemed it, it cannot be redeemed again. So, and the last three, Uncharted. You got the Nathan Drake collection. There's 1, 2, and 3. So it's Drake's Fortune Among Thieves and Drake's Deception. Brilliant games. Really get into your. If you're going to want to enjoy Uncharted, get that first. It's cheap enough, so there's no excuse. Then you've got Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. If I can show you the right one, A Thief's End, there we go. And Uncharted The Lost Legacy, which is the right one. So that's my physical collection, but now is the console of the year in my collection. 2 of them I haven't got. One of them is still in possession, but I don't use anymore because I haven't got no PS3 games, and whatever, any Blu-rays or video DVDs I want to play, I can play through my PS5. But it's basically, yeah, I bought the PS3 because I wanted certain games, and now I haven't got those games to play. The console, however, that I had at the beginning of 2024 was an Xbox Series S. I had that since March 2021. Yeah, March 2021. It was a brilliant console. It's lasted me almost 3 years, to be fair. Actually, it did last me 3 years. Over 3 years. Because it was the console I had of this generation to begin with. That was my first console of this generation. But then in April, I bought a PlayStation 4. I think it was my third PS4, could be my second. Because I had the launch PS4 way back when it was launched. That's quite a long time ago. I believe I did buy no, I didn't. Did I? I can't remember. But this year, I bought the slim PS4 in white. You would have seen that. As that didn't last long. Why didn't it last long? I'll tell you why it didn't last long. Because I bought a PlayStation 5. Oh, however, I did have a Switch Lite. I bought that last year or year before. But I haven't got that night anymore because I don't play it. I don't play handhelds anymore. I used to live by the Vita or the PSP, and I don't have a Portal, so there we go. But in August this year, I put down over £350. It's £380 in total for a new console. And it's not a new console, it was a second-hand console. So it was an expensive console for a second-hand. That's been for a second-hand system. But that's the console I've got now. I'll show you. There's my tree. There you go. It's the PlayStation 5. The controller. And back there is my external hard drive. If you can see, probably in the top corner, that says Xbox. But yeah, I didn't buy it. Well, I did buy it for the Series S when I purchased it, but I kept hold of it. So there. So, what's the best console I've had this year? You're going to probably say, oh, it's the PlayStation 5 by a long shot. And I will say, yes, it is. And yes, it is by a long shot. It's because some of these games I've got, I think is brilliant. You can't play it on the Xbox, like your Uncharted sets, your Horizon Zero Dawn, your Horizon set, your Killzone, your Infamous. Final Fantasy 16 came out on the PS5 first. I think it was released 2 years ago, if I remember rightly. No, it was only released last year. Wow. Okay, it was released last year. So that's a game that was released last year. And remarkably, you can get it for £20 still. It went up, but now it's gone back down. So I am seeing a sort of, you're either going to pay £22 or £20. It may go down, but that's the best time. The best time to get Final Fantasy 16 is now. And once you get that, download the DLCs, the expansions, or whatever they're called, and you're good to go. Now, what's the pros of a PlayStation? The PlayStation's 30 years old, so Sony has reached defeat there, and they celebrated by giving us stuff. You can see there, they gave us stuff for our background, and they gave us a sale, which I think is available till the 5th of January. January sale, blah blah blah. So what's the pros about, oh sorry, keep moving this. What's the pros about a PlayStation that the Xbox doesn't have? The first pro I'm seeing is the controller. People still say, oh, the Xbox controller is the best controller, and I say, yeah, sure, you prefer what you want, you're wrong, I know, but I do prefer the PlayStation controller. Even the, hang on, just bear me a second, I've just spotted it. Even the PS4 controller was a good controller, to be fair. Sony, or people at the Sony PlayStation wanted it to be different. That's a pro. Plus it can be a con. The con is the third-party games will rarely use the features that these come with. Haptic feedback, the touchpad, the motion, none of those are available on the Xbox controller. The Xbox controller It's just a standard controller. It really is. It's a basic standard controller where Xbox says, oh, if it's not broke, don't fix it. But I say, if it's not unique, why bother? Why bother with keeping your controller the same, not giving you the features that you could, that other systems are giving us? Even Nintendo has got features that the Xbox will not give us, or will not give away. The movement. Their Joy-Cons, okay, if they're attached to the screen or this thingy, you can't move it. But if once you play with it or thingy, you can actually you move them, and it will do something to script with your screen. Because Nintendo really introduced that with the Wii, and they were the first ones to introduce it, to be fair. Then they got rid of it when the Wii U came out. I'm thinking, this big screen, this big tablet type controller, you're not going to move it around or anything because the screen's right there. So the Wii U was an archaic version of the Switch. There you go, because of the tablet type controller. Yeah, you still needed the bigger screen to play your game, certain games, and using the screen on the controller as a secondary one. And yeah, you can say, oh yeah, you can watch your football. I'm going to play Mario on my tablet thing. And they say, oh, the Switch is a tabletop console, but they sort of introduced it in the Wii U and refined it to be better on the Switch. Think about this. Think about it. The Wii U was sort of a middle ground. The console looked like a Wii, and the controller looks like the Switch. But the Switch went out at the time, so they didn't know, or no one knew any different. But once the Switch came out, thinking, oh, you could do pretty much the same. But what they've done, instead of having two screens, they could either play it on the big screen with the Switch in the dock, or play it portably. So it replaced two consoles. The Switch, well no, the Wii U, which we knew that it was gonna replace that, and the 3DS, or new 3DS. So they just wanted to simplify things, so they just only concentrated on one console. So the Switch Lite is basically the next call for the 3DS. There's just the one screen now. You got rid of the 3D functionality on the console, which is a good thing. But I'm talking about the wrong console. We have some sweeter things. It's better. So, what's the pros on the PS5? If you get the current PS5, the slimmer PS5, you can buy the digital version and then get the disc drive at a later date, if that's the route you want to go to. Because sometimes that's the only route you can go, because it takes ages to get to a certain level. Once you got to a level that you can afford the console, even if it's a digital version, you're going to get the digital version. If thinking, yeah, I can worry about the disc drive later. It's quicker. It'd be quicker to get that. Now I've got a PS5 in possession. Not a bad thing, because everything you can do, if you want to do, YouTube, Netflix, Disney Plus, Pluto, TV, whatever, you can watch here. Or even Amazon Prime, Apple TV. All of it you can do it on through there. You don't need a disc drive. The disc drive is only good if you've got a collection of DVDs and Blu-rays. You do not need a disc drive to play your games, but it's always a good idea to have it if you've got a collection of games to begin with. People are saying if you go full digital, you don't fully own your games. Sony can stop you playing. So you pay £65 for a game. You pay £65 for a game. It's quite a lot of money for a game, mind. Let's say you bought this £55, £54.99 for a game. You will have all these people say, "Oh, if you go digital, they can stop you playing it." No, they can't. Oh, okay, yes, you can. I said, then you can actually get your money back. As simple as that. They can introduce microtransactions. They could introduce to you extra DLCs at extra cost, but they cannot stop you from playing a game that you paid for. They just literally can't. The only games they can stop you playing is if it's an online only game. And it's not Sony that does it. The third party developers or publishers will have their own service to. They rent servers from the relevant consoles like Xbox or PlayStation for you to be able to thingy. And it's up to the third party publishers whether they want to continue operating that game. If there's an offline element of the game, they literally cannot stop you from playing the game if you paid for it. Also, what about this Payday 3? Well, they can stop you playing that. Ow. Yeah, they can, but it's be your fault for not renewing the membership. But once you have membership, you can continue playing it. They can't stop you playing the game what you paid for. They literally can't. And people might think, but I've heard people do it. I said, no. No. Come on. If Sony or people at Sony or Microsoft were able to do it, doesn't mean they are going to do it. It literally doesn't mean that. Oh, but what happens if they say, "Oh, we're stopping support, we won't be able to play it anymore"? Here you are. Dust off your All they're doing is stopping this support. They're stopping the updates. They're ending the update support. So it means that game is complete as it should be, as it can be, because they're not going to focus on that. They're not going to stop you playing it. And when people say get physical, this little bit of information may contradict you if you're a physical owner. But I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying that not all the game is on the disc. Literally, not all the game is on the disc. There is download patches to get the game to install on your machine. People are still saying, oh, this is only a license key. They can withhold it, they could stop it. I said, no, they can't. And if they could, they're not going to, because they're in breach of their end of the terms of service. Do you get where I'm coming from here? You buy a game, you play the game, you continue to play the game, you enter a sale at that's the end of your deal. You give them money and they provide the service. They provide the product. Okay? It's not as if, oh, we give it's £65, but later on down the line you're going to have to give me £60 later down the line to continue playing it. It says no. Once you purchase it and install it, you can play it. The only feature that the developers or publishers have access to, have control over, is the online features. That's only to do with updates, multiplayer, things like that, and DLCs. Once you download the DLCs, they don't have access to that. Oh, but if they ban your account, you can't play your games. Not true. People are saying, oh, my account got banned and I can't play any of my games anymore. You sure about that, mate? You really sure that that's what's happened? Your account may have been banned, but it doesn't make your games unplayable. It really doesn't. You can still play it, but you can't play the online element of any of the games. And if you're moaning that you can't play your game, that means your entire gaming sessions of late has been online parts of the games, not the campaign mode. A lot of people do this. They play Call of Duty, they get banned because say they cheated or something, and I said, I can't play that game, that cost me £100. Yeah, you can, because you can download the campaign mode. It's always free. Once you buy the game, you can download the campaign mode. You can play that to your heart's content. It doesn't matter. The only aspect of that game is the online part. And that's where people are getting confused. People say, oh, if you buy your game digitally, you don't own it. If you buy it physically, you do. Okay. There is a couple of games here that I'm going to show you that requires online internet. That's this one. Requires online internet at all times while you're playing it. Genshin Impact. That's a free-to-play game, so obviously you are required to be online to play that. But this is a paid game. And there's a couple of games here that requires internet. Your Call of Duties, they all require internet. That's only because they've put the campaign in as a DLC. Otherwise, it requires internet. Once you get the campaign and all of these do have campaigns, I believe. You're good to go. So when people say, "Oh, you don't own the game digitally, but you do physically," so there's contradiction there, because some games here requires you to go online to play it, which they have control over you playing the game. Anything that requires you to go online to play something, they can actually control if you can play it or not. Well, that's just the way it is. Oh, here's another one. It's a fictional game that requires internet access. Which means, yes, they can stop you playing that game. Because if there's no offline mode and you haven't got on, if your internet goes down, you can't play your online games. You just literally can't. If you've got no internet, you can't. You just physically can't. This is why they become valueless as soon as they shut the service down. Okay, so that don't require online to play. But the other Call of Duty requires online to download the campaign. Because, yeah, there must be a reason for that, and it's probably a good reason, I don't know, because the games itself are quite big. Take Call of Duty 6, Black Ops 6, that's just come out last month. And it says on there, internet required. It's only required if to download the campaign mode. Once you've downloaded the campaign mode, you're good to go. So, the console, good points, is you can connect an external hard drive. It doesn't have to be PlayStation Variant. It's an Xbox Variant, as you're probably aware that I bought it for the Xbox Series S, and I kept that, plugged it into my PS5, and all it asked me to do when I plugged it in is format it, and I'm good to go. So the good thing about PS5, it's the exclusives. It's always been the exclusives. Xbox may have a much more powerful system, with the Series X, However, Series X is held back in some form, or one form or another, through the Series S. I'm not saying they should stop support of the Series S. Series S is still a good console for the budget. For people on a budget that still wants a current gen console. Get the Series S. Get into this generation. There's plenty of games that you can play. PlayStation 5 does it for me because of the look of it. It's brilliant. And that's just so brilliant. It's speechless. So, if I were to tell you a con, it would be the internal hard drive on my version. Sorry. The hard drive is too small, to be fair. It's a bigger hard drive than the PS4, but not by much. You just want to really update that, and I haven't done so yet. And yes, you can update that one. You just can't upgrade. You can't replace the hard drive, the disk drive. If you had a digital version on the launch, you can't upgrade it. You can't get a disk drive for it. Simple as. Whereas the best console to go for, if you're looking into getting a PlayStation 5, is get a digital version of the Slim. Well, what about the Pro? Yeah, you can get that if your budget allows it. And that's all it boils down to. The console is a pricey beast, and so was the Series X. The cheapest console of this generation is the Series S. Xbox has won it in value. It really has won it in value. You can't lie about that. We cannot ignore that. We cannot deny that. We have to acknowledge that the Xbox Series S is the gateway to this generation. At only £250, £300 now, I believe. But it's a bigger hard drive in there. It's a 1 terabit hard drive, I believe now. The one that I bought was a 500 gigabyte one. Well, that was enough, because all my Xbox One games that I downloaded, I had the external hard drive. All my Xbox One games was downloaded to the Seagate, where the series games was on the system. And that's how I'm doing it through the PS5. The PS4 games are through the Seagate. The PS5 games are on the system itself. So, what other features do I need to add? Is there any other cons? As far as I'm concerned, the PlayStation Plus could be somewhat of a con now, where Xbox Game Pass has now got Core, and you can play up to 25 plus games on their Core subscription, whereas on PlayStation you only get 3, but yet you get to keep those 3 if you keep them in your library and keep your subscription going. And it is just backwards compatible, so PS4 and PS5 you got thingy. So there you go. But each month you get 3 new ones, so as soon as the new ones drop, get them in your library and go. Where the value is, I'm not saying it's the premium, it's the extra, the in between. It's always the middle is always the better value. Why? The basic is your essential through PlayStation and core through Xbox. Because core replaced gold. Remember that. So even though you get to play 25 plus games each month, I think it's only they're gonna add games and remove games. That's what happens with these subscriptions. It does it every time. So when they remove the games, you cannot play them unless the ones that you bought through gold. Essentially, gold is no more. The only thing about gold is the games you've already downloaded through gold you can play. Like with Sony only had one subscription to begin with, where Xbox Live Gold, they had two. You had two. You had the free version, just enabled you to. I don't know what it enabled you to do, because to be able to play online on the Xbox originally, you had to pay for it. You had to pay the subscription, which is alright for it, which you have to do now on all systems. If you own a PS3, you can still play online at no extra cost. Simple as that. So PS3 was the last of the thingy, and people still got that because they can play online and they don't need to pay anything to these corporations to play online. What's the best feature in a console? In the PS5, the Xbox Series was a boring console. It looks square and you just hit it. The graphics were essentially there. They say, oh, we do not want you to concentrate on the box itself. We want you to concentrate on the screen, where the game is. Obviously, makes sense. But by Jove, it's not like the PlayStation. The PlayStation it's just out there, mate. If you're a PlayStation owner, you got a PS5, instantly recognisable. It's different. If you owned a Xbox One, it's like a VCR, a videotape recorder, or whatever. It's what it looked like. And the Xbox Series S was a shrunken down version of it, with a black circular vent thing. Thinking, okay, well, it makes it simpler for packaging, I suppose, and it helps with helping the environment by giving you less packaging to worry about. So that's a good thing. So Microsoft probably did the right thing there. However, there is a few issues with getting extra controllers. Yes, I'm going there. And I believe both sides will be guilty of this. Microsoft side, you had to buy batteries all the time to ensure you can keep playing them. That was, oh, the battery's dead, I've got to get some new ones. Oh, I've got no new ones, I've got to go down the shop to buy some. Boom, 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 boom. And that's a vicious cycle. Boom, 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 whatever. However, Sony has an inbuilt battery in there, which when that dies, you just might as well say say goodbye to it. So that is a con. Inbuilt batteries that you cannot replace, say for instance the phone, or the controller, or whatever, anything, as soon as the battery degrades, and it will, I'm not saying it's not going to, it will, you will need to replace the device. And if the device itself is expensive like the iPhone, you're not going to be happy that you're going to have to fork out nearly £1,000 for a new one, because the old one just won't keep a charge. With your phones, it's not like your controller. You can't keep it connected while playing, where your controller, you just literally just keep it connected and away you go. Phones needs to go out with you at all times. But the Pro is, the controllers have gotten bigger over time. I thought this was big. This was bigger than the PS3 controller. I have got that somewhere, I don't know where it is. So, but yeah, here we are with the PlayStation 5 controller. I might get another PS5 controller. I am beginning to look for one. So this is the best controller that's out there. I did like the PS4 controller that introduced that, but that removed it. So any game that supported the light bar, good luck. That support will have disappeared. You might still be able to play the game, but there is certain games that relied upon that. Like, I think it's the initial Astrobot one that came out to showcase these controllers. And like I said, the worst feature on the PlayStation 5. Like I said, every console has a bad feature. The PlayStation 5 is no exception. The price is quite high, and it's still quite high now. You could still run up a total of over £400 just for the console itself. But it's the hard drive on the launch. And I suppose they addressed that on the future consoles like the Slim, or the Slim should I say, with a bigger hard drive. But it was still a huge space that the operating system needed. But for this video, I've been waffling on for so long. There was a showcase of games in between. I do hope you enjoyed this video, and wish you guys, I hope you had a lovely Christmas, and I wish you a prosperous New Year. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, hit the notification bell to be notified each every time I upload a video, and don't forget, join in the conversation in the comment section below. I would like you to comment to see where I've gone wrong. Why is it? It's got to be something to do with the title or the thumbnail I'm using. Is it? Because it can't be the footage if no one's watched it. It just can't be. But I'll be what's in the comments as it happens, and you can give me pointers. I'm not wanting to thingy, I just want people to be able to watch it, and if I'm not seeing people watching it, or I'm seeing no views on there, I'm less likely to continue that series. That's just the way it is. But for this video, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video, which I'm hoping it's going to be a video game. I'm hoping it could be anything. It could be a whole new game. But thank you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Hope you had a lovely Christmas. Have a prosperous new year, and see you next time. Ta-ra for now.